Hello everyone, I am Blankera. Today we're going to continue rigging Shalom from Path to Nowhere. I finished rigging most of the head. I say most because I realized near the end that I forgot to actually do the mesh for the entirety of the hair. Because I will never be free from hair. Never. It'll always come back to haunt me. So I'm going to do that now. And then I'll probably do a bit more meshing and until I get, I don't know, either sufficiently bored or crazy that I kind of want to do something else for a bit. We'll see. But otherwise, I'll probably just do another day meshing. It's like I have to get it all done eventually, so I can't hide forever. I might as well get it done anytime I have the energy for it. Okay. So here I'm going to be mostly following the, I guess, kind of general shapes in the hair. So let's see, there's kind of a little branch coming out here. We'll just be following the whole thing. So what this will do is let me move the entirety of the hair at once, instead of each individual piece. So I'm kind of treating it like I would any individual mesh, just as if this was one layer. And so this would let me move it as a group, and then I can fine-tune it by moving each individual layer. And considering how many hair layers I have, that will be very convenient. Something like that. I'm not as familiar with mesh groups as I'd like to be. Like, I've used them before with mixed success. So I am trying a bit harder this time to see if I can't get them to do something good here. But I've learned a little bit more about them since then, so I think now's a good time to try again. Like I said, you guys are... I'm not an experienced rigger, so you guys get to see me try things and see what happens. I don't know what to expect. But here's hoping that this type of mesh will have better success than some of the other stuff I've tried. Like, sometimes I just do the big grid mesh in order to just help with perspective. But here I'm trying a detailed one. Very detailed, as you can see. So we'll see how long this takes to put together. Based on the number of dots I'm putting down for some of this, I expect it to take a pretty good while to actually finish making all this. And then probably another set coming down this way. Get those strands in there. Not putting them that close together, come on. Don't be like that, Inochi. Okay. So yeah, I'm just thinking on how I want to move all this, and I'm just kind of following those contours. And I'm hoping that this will work a little bit better for me than the big grids I would normally use for mesh groups. Like if you watched yesterday's stream, I used a big grid for the flower petals, because I just wanted the mesh group to help with perspective a little bit, and I figured I would do most of the movement via each individual layer. So a big one made sense there, I think. Like I said, I haven't done as much with mesh groups as maybe I should. So I'm not quite as familiar as I'd like with how they work. That is the importance of experimentation and practice. Okay. I'm kind of slowly but surely get these down. I'm probably going to have to turn the lines on soon just because it is starting to get a bit hard to see where all these things are going to triangulate. But I kind of wanted to get the gist down before I did anything like that, because I knew that the lines would kind of take over and probably make some things a little bit harder to see. So I'm going to start getting some going around the edge before I do that. And probably a little bit more going on this side as well. But overall, I've probably hit the most important parts on this side. Well, maybe not the hair that's over the shoulder, but the main point's up here. In theory. Okay, like I said, I'm just testing the hypothesis. I might have to redo this mesh. I honestly have no idea. I really don't. I have a guess, and all I can really do is try it. I do the same thing when I'm drawing. It's just perhaps a little bit less time consuming. It's always a little bit sad when I try something new with rigging and it just does not work the way I hope. Because that's like probably a week of work that just down the drain because yeah. Well, I wouldn't say down the drain, it's like I don't think trying something is ever a waste of time, but it can feel that way in the moment, you know? You try it and it's like, oh, that doesn't work at all. I guess it's great that I learned something, but what am I supposed to do with this now? It can feel kind of bad. But it's important. Learning is very important, and failure is probably the best way to learn. So much failure. Alright, so I guess I'll start getting some dots on this side too before I get the lines in. Probably down here too, but I don't want to right now. One thing at a time. Man, it's like I always thought that the sheer amount of hair that I had to go and mesh was always kind of overwhelming, but doing all of it at once like this? Ooh. My brain is just like, man, that's a lot of hair. What do you even do with this much hair? It's okay, brain. We'll just take it one step at a time. One step at a time, and we'll get there eventually. It's like, look, you've already got a whole ton of dots down. You got this, brain. You can do it. Oh, no. There we go. Leading my dots on me. Once again, Inochi, it's like, oh, come on, they're not that close together. I've done worse. Something like this, maybe. In theory. Okay, let's try getting some more up here. Get around that area. And then, yeah, they kind of meet together here. They'll get some more up here, where they can see I'm following this line now. And this will eventually meet up down here. And then I'll do the rest of that once I have lines going. I think I want lines before I start trying to triangulate all this. Sometimes it's easier to triangulate things when you can actually see the lines, as opposed to just kind of seeing them in your head. Or at least that's how it is for me. Just like to refer to myself in the second person, sometimes it's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, and then decide how I want to handle kind of this clump. And then once I have this main part kind of mapped out somewhat, that's when I'll go into the bottom. I think I want this to follow this line as opposed to this strand. That strand I'll just kind of let it do its own thing. Still have no idea if I'm even going to be able to use this mesh. The unknown is a very scary place. It looks like I have most of it up here, so I guess I can't really procrastinate on doing the bottom part here. And getting all the dots going all the way around. There just is always so much hair. And once again, it has snuck up on me and said, "Hi, you're not done with hair yet. There's still more hair stuff to do. You will never be free." That's fine. There are worse things than hair. Just wait until I get to the arms. Meshing arms isn't actually all that bad, though. Drawing them, I think, is awful, but meshing them, once I've already got drawn, I just, you know, put the dots in the dot places and it's fine. Honestly, this is one big advantage that rigging has over drawing for me, in that, everything already looks good. Like, if the art is drawn well, everything looks great. It's wonderful. I don't have to go through that period where everything just looks terrible. Instead, I just have to, you know, go through this long meshing period where it feels like I'm not doing very much for a long time. And then I start animating it and it comes together pretty quickly and it feels great. But, yeah, I mean, everything already looks pretty nice. With that, I think I'll just do the rest once I have triangles. Let's send another group through here. Oh yeah, that is the fact that everything already looks good, and every step you take just makes things look better, as opposed to when I draw, I typically go through a really long period where I'm just like, I hate looking at this, I don't think it looks good at all. And it's really hard to work on like this. for a really long time before it's just suddenly, oh, hey, today I actually like it. Nice. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that with rigging. I like it right from the beginning, and the more I work on it, the better it gets. So, that is a very definite pro for rigging for me. So even while I mesh this hair, just looking at it, it's very pretty hair. Like, you gotta admit, Shalom's hair is very pretty. So I don't have to worry about it looking bad, or going through the frustration of just, there's something wrong and I don't know what. Sometimes that comes later with the things not looking as good as I hoped in the various turns and animations, but the feeling is never quite as strong. Come on. I didn't want to get rid of that. I wanted a new one. Here we go. And yeah, I've never found the feeling nearly as strong as it can be when I'm just drawing. That I will finish off once I have lines. I find doing 2-row structures difficult if I don't have the lines to tell me where to put the next dot. Strictly speaking, I don't need them, but it's easier, so it won't make my life harder than it has to be. It's fine. I guess this one's going to be a 3-row instead of a 2-row. That's fine. Just follow it all the way down. The meshing always does drive me like slightly crazy. I think today I am still feeling the mesh, so I'll probably spend most of today meshing the body instead of actually doing any animating. It's like, as long as I'm not too annoyed by doing it all and just super eager to jump into everything else, I think I'm gonna keep doing it. Might as well. And admittedly, I'm one of those weird people that actually really enjoys the feeling of anticipation, so working hard to get some of the more boring stuff out of the way and then jumping into some fun stuff actually feels pretty good to me. Whereas if I jumped right into animating right away, knowing that there's that, looming dread that I'm gonna have to go back and mesh everything, it makes it a little bit less fun. But then, if I actually finish a bunch of the boring stuff, and then reward myself with some of the more fun stuff, that actually makes it feel pretty good. That's just how my brain works. So I wanted to do as much meshing as my brain will allow for. And currently I think it's cool with it, so we'll do some body meshing today too. I'll probably just start going top to bottom. So I guess that actually means we're gonna get Shorl first. Is it Shorl? I don't know. What do I actually do from the inside? Guess this is probably okay. There's the line there, so I'm a little bit worried. This is probably just going to be 2 rows, so I'll do all that once I have triangles. Just doing the parts that I don't really want triangles for first. Sometimes I find it a little bit easier just to kind of get a basic outline down before I start worrying about all of the details, and the lines can get really chaotic when you're dealing with this level of detail, so... Like, the second I turn them on, this is going to turn into a complete mess, let's be real. Alright, I guess it's probably almost time for some triangles. I just want to get these last couple out there. But I think I've gone around the rest. I guess I should check that before I turn everything on. It's not really a big deal either way, but it might make my life a little bit easier, we'll see. Yeah, looks like I've gone all the way around, so here we go! Oh boy! I'm terrified. Okay. Let's start with the outside. It's like I don't really want these 2 strands to be connected, but I think this is okay. I hope. We'll see how many times I have to remesh this before I get something that actually works. Because I don't know what I'm doing. It's okay. If I mess it up, I'll just do it again. It's fine. I will survive. I will survive, and I will create a better mesh. Like better and shinier and have straighter triangles. Who knows? I don't really know what to expect. But I'm never gonna know what to expect if I don't just take the plunge and dive in and see what I can figure out. Well, here we are. I'm starting with the outside because that was the least overwhelming part for me. It's like, okay, I already have a lot of the stuff outlined for that, so let's just go. And then, with the part of it done, that's less to do, so hopefully it'll make me feel a little bit less overwhelmed for the rest of it, so I can jump into the next part. Sometimes when you have big problems, all you can really do is divide it into a bunch of teeny tiny pieces. See what happens. Okay, so here's where things get a little bit messy, it looks like. Okay, no, this is just the guy I have to fix. So then I have to transition into that strand and keep this strand going. I can do that. I'll just keep going around this strand for now, and I'll worry about these two in just a second. Okay. Let's go down and mesh out this part. Yeah, something like this. Okay. So I have to worry a little bit of kind of how it's coming up here. I think something like this should be okay. I hope something like that should be okay. Look, I can never tell how much of it is, accurate versus how much of it is cope. But we'll find out when I do head turns. Yeah. And then we'll find out again when I do physics. This is what I'm trying for this time. Okay, so this little part here looks a bit strange to me. Let's see if I can't make that look a little better. Because maybe I just have an extra dot. I do. Okay, that's why it was looking a bit strange. Yeah, now it's all cooperating again. Huzzah. Okay. So now I can come back up to kind of the main part up here. Might take some time after I finish this rig to go look at what other people are doing and how they handle some of the problems that I'm experiencing here. It's like I had done a little bit of studying before deciding to do this, but not that much. I had a few things that I wanted to work on, and so I focused on that. But not that many things. Most of what I really worked on was stuff around animation techniques and figuring out how to go about making things move a little bit more nicely. And some extra effects that can really just bring out the personality in animations. As opposed to actual tool usage. If that makes sense. So we'll see how much of that I can use. Unfortunate thing is that this isn't symmetrical at all, so I'm not going to be able to really flip it very well. I'll just have to do left and right separately. That's alright. A lot of the time I actually think hair looks better, a little bit asymmetrical. Okay. It looks like we're already almost all the way around. So that'll be the first step done. And then I can start worrying about the interior. Oh boy. It just feels like there's a lot to do. And it's making me want to take deep breaths. It's okay. Deep breath, self. We breathe in, we breathe out. And with each one, get a little bit further. Fortunately, double-clicking is very easy, so I can just put the dots in. And a lot of the initial decisions have already been made, so... Alright, and with the way this one works, it's gonna go around a bit like this, I think. That should be plenty. Oh wait, I was doing this because, yeah, I wanted this to be 2 rows. Okay, can't zone out too hard here. Something like this is actually probably a good thing here. Okay. And then I'll just carefully head on down. Yeah. Okay, it looks like I was able to get it started. I imagine it's a bit hard to see in this mess of triangles, but look how nice those new triangles I'm making look. You're just coming on right along. can already feel my hand cramping a little bit. I think that my hand would cramp more while I'm drawing and not when I'm just using the mouse and occasionally clicking. But no, this meshing definitely makes my hand cramp up way more often than actual drawing does. Might just be because I'm not used to it. Because I am definitely used to drawing. Maybe... how do I want to do this? I think something like this is probably okay. I think that's okay as well. I had to think for a second on whether or not I wanted this tip to be connected to this part right here, but I think it's actually okay. Alright. I think this is maybe 2/3 of the way around. Every double click brings me a little bit closer. Even if my stomach is still slightly doing flip-flops at the idea of, wrangling this interior. But at least the edges will be done. It's just a lot. Let me actually get a little further around out here before I do that strand. I think that some of the vertices that I put out here are just going to have to be used. It's kind of an inevitability. They're too close together. That's why they were separated in the first place. The only reason they're together here is because I'm meshing a mesh group. Okay, now I can see about tackling this. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to get another one over there, so I think the best I can do is maybe something like this. I think this should be okay. I guess we'll find out. And if it's bad and really awful to work with, I'll try something else. I do kind of wish that I could copy and paste meshes to store for use, and just in case I don't like the way that this particular one that I made works out, but I don't know how to do that, so I doubt there actually is a way. So I just kind of got to work with what I got. Okay, should be the final stretch here. Just gotta go around this strand and that'll be the outside. I am admittedly not looking forward to going back and fixing all the lines and the triangles in this, but it shouldn't be that bad. There's just a lot to it. It's okay. I decided to keep that strand separate. I guess I can see why. That makes sense. Let's get these triangles where I need them to be, and then I'll worry about that loop. Okay. Now I should just be able to do something like this. All the way around. I think it's a bit too small for me to put some in the middle there. This admittedly looks a little confused, but I think I can fix it later. Once I'm going through and drawing all the lines that need to be fixed. Okay, so I have now gone all the way around. So now I can do the inside. Okay. Let's get started here. This one already looks pretty good, I think, so I'm just going to adjust the triangles and try to get those in good spots. Let's see, so this line is probably for over here. This is following kind of the inside of this around here. Okay, that makes sense. So that means I want some kind of right through here. And I'm trying to pay attention to the way the triangles look on both sides here. On the top and the bottom. So I'll be taking some time to adjust triangles as I go. I feel like there should be one here, but there's just no real good spot for it. I guess this will have to do. Oh wait, no, this is the inside. Okay, no, this is okay. And then this kind of helps me with this little spot, which I think is important. And then I can just go on the on the top here. Through the line here, just all the way down. Okay, and then I think this lines up pretty well with all of this. I need to adjust the way some lines will shake out, but let's put some more right through here. Taking a little bit of extra time to make the triangles look nice, because I'm not going to want to go through and do that later. I can already tell that that's just not something I'm going to want to do. I'll go ahead and just kind of pay attention to it right now. Okay, so you just follow these lines, and once I reach the end, that'll be that. Okay. I'm mostly paying attention to the triangles on this side because I think I might add another row right here. Something, but I kind of want to keep them in the middle because I don't think there's actually enough room for like 4. I think 3 should be plenty. 4 rows, or 3 rows that is. And I'll just connect it down there. And then here's where I want to pay attention to the triangles on both sides. There we go. So something like this. I don't think that one's necessary. And then on the other side of this line. Yeah, I think it's all starting to kind of come together. And my stomach is not flopping nearly as much as it was 5 minutes ago. See, stomach, I told you we can do it. It's fine, don't worry about it. It always works out in the end. Okay. Yeah, I can see that I didn't subdivide this very much while I was doing some of my initial dots down here. So I'll have to do a little bit of that now, but that's not a big deal. I can kind of see why I didn't. The ones down here just aren't quite that big, as big a deal as the ones up higher. I just gotta convince myself not to slouch in my chair so much. Like, I have enough back problems. I don't need more back pain. I think this is fine. And I appear to have missed through here when I was going all the way around. Well, that's fine. I'll do it now. No big deal. This seems dangerous. I'm not sure if I can do anything about it. I guess I'll add one more dot right here. As you can see that all of these are connected here, including the little gap. So I'm a little nervous about that, but we'll see what happens. Okay, no, I think this is fine. Okay. I'm gonna have to do so much line cleanup once I'm ready to bake in the lines that I have. dear. Well, it'll take a while, but I can do it. Man, I'm gonna be so sad if this match doesn't work out. I'm really not sure if it will either. It's like I'm doing my best to make sure that it's fairly neat and all this good stuff, but I just have no idea if it's actually gonna do what I want it to do. Okay, and now we can go up here. And go around this little strand here. Okay, that should be pretty good for that. Let's put another line right here just for this little spot. But otherwise, I think that this should be fine. I might cut up the front bank just a little bit more, but I don't think that area is pretty smooth, so I'll just put a few kind of going across here around the highlight. So this way I can move the highlight nice and easily. And then up here. Yeah, and that should be fine. Oh, I don't know what I just did, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, I was hitting the wrong button in my slight trance. So I do think that's the entirety of the right side, so now I just have to do the left side. Okay. I can go across. It is all good. Unfortunately, there's a bit less hair on this side, so hopefully it'll go by a little bit faster. Because it's like, man, I've already almost reached my minimum drawing time for a day. Just doing this. Or I call it drawing time, but I guess I should say creative time. So I'm not actually drawing right now. And it's like, I'm pretty sure I got more in me. I kind of figured that this would take a really long time. Okay, and then... yeah, probably up here. Hopefully this kind of structure works here, because I don't think I can fit another row in between here. Okay, let's do another one right there, but otherwise, I think right through here is fine. So I'll follow these highlights here. Looks like through here is fine. What about up here? This is kind of connecting up there, so I don't think I like that. We'll put in another little row right here. And have it follow kind of this shadow bit right here. And I'll just keep going. Something like this, maybe. Just straighten out the triangles a little bit. Yeah, I think this works. And I have another little shadow spot right here. Okay, I think that's probably good. Now I just gotta clean up all the lines. Pain. Alright, let's get started. Or I'll worry about the inside later. I just want to do something easy and clean up all this. And I'm also super afraid of losing it, so I'm gonna hit apply, and then I'll go back in and edit it. I don't want to do something silly like accidentally hit cancel and lose everything. Alright, so starting with the excess triangles, just because I want something easy to do. That is not an extra triangle. That is an important triangle. Okay. Brain wanted to get rid of this one. Or this one, rather. But no, I actually need that one. And I guess I'll start straightening out triangles while I'm around here. It's actually... Okay, so this is just unnecessary. That happens sometimes. Yeah, I can just work on whatever's bothering me at the moment. Doesn't have to be done in a particular order. Alright. I'll just fix those as I notice them. I'm going around just cleaning up all these extra triangles that I don't need. Okay, and that seems fine. Man. They're huge. Does this not connect here? No, it does. Okay, that was weird. I must have misclicked. Alright. That's big now, so now I can zoom back in and look for these tricksy ones that want to hide from me. Okay, and then the inside here is all empty, so I actually do want to clear out these extra triangles here. There we go. That's perfect. Okay, and this one I think I technically need, so we'll leave it there. I'll just continue around the outside. Start with the ones over here while I'm zoomed in. I don't feel like zooming out at the moment, so... cull all of these, because they are not needed here. All they would do is confuse me later. I think I do actually need this, though. Yeah. This triangle does have a little bit in there still. Okay, that explains it. I had the line going the wrong way. I was gonna say, that seems weird. I wouldn't have wanted them to connect like that. Oh no. Shoot. I should have another line coming up here. Okay. That's probably easier to do by hand than starting to recull everything. So let me get those dots in. Always a bit unfortunate when you miss a spot, but... okay. I can still go in and fix it. Let me just get rid of all these triangles here before I start putting in the new ones. So all these extra lines would definitely confuse me while I'm trying to do that. Okay, I'll figure that out in a second. Let me just do the rest of these first. Not quite sure I want that to connect. The rest is pretty easy. Just up and down, up and down. See, super straightforward. That's why I was willing to manually mesh this part. Or I guess this should say manually triangulate this part. Okay, and now I can worry about over here. So how do I want this to connect with the rest? Probably like this. Which means another dot here. And this is like this. Yes. Okay. So that should be quite good. And then I'll just clear out all the rest of the excess triangles in the interior here. Yeah. And there's a bunch in here that aren't really necessary. I should probably just go like this. Let's see. You can see me being a little bit confused here. Do I just have an extra vertex? I think I do. I think it should be more like here. Yeah, that should be fine. And then this should go up like this. And those are connected, and then this is unnecessary. And I should push this in. There we go. Okay, so I think that should all be good now. I can zoom out again and get some of these big areas. Where it's kind of stretching all the way across. I missed. There we go. Man. Dots are too close together. I did too many dots, oh no. It's fine. I think it'll be okay. And I just keep misclicking though. It's becoming kind of a problem. I think I can afford to zoom in a little bit more, which should hopefully give me a little bit more accuracy here. But I just kind of want to get rid of some of these areas going all the way across here. And to do that, I need to see both sides of the vertex. It's like I could just scroll, but scrolling is a pain. So I'd rather just be zoomed out as much as I can. Although admittedly selecting these wrong vertices is also kind of a pain, so who knows. Maybe I should just zoom in a bit more. Okay. Then after I get this big area, I'm gonna head back down and zoom in to get the smaller ones. But first, the big one. It is fortunately not taken that long. It's a little bit tedious, but honestly, after meshing all that, it's kind of nice to have something easy to do as a break. Let's zoom in and get rid of these smaller bunches. See here. I do feel like this should be excess, but I'm gonna have to figure out why this is like that there. I think it was supposed to be like this. Just adjust the vertices around here and make that work out. I don't want them to be connected like that. That sounds like a recipe to make things messy. Alright, so let's see here. I want this to be more like this. I'll just put another little vertex out there. Probably another one right here. Yeah, something like that. And then I guess this will connect up here. I guess that's just kind of how it has to be. I think that's okay. And then I'll just put another one in here. Just so I don't have to have them connect like that. That sounds like something that'll create a lot of problems for future me. Let's cut her some slack. Definitely gotta cut future me some slack. They'll probably have enough problems. Something like that. Would it be better if it was more like this? No, I do think it is better like this. Barely. Okay. And you can see that some of these aren't connecting the way I want them to, so I'm fixing them as I see them. I want them to follow the direction of everything else, not just kind of go against the flow. Like, you can see the flow of the hair is like this. For whatever reason, it wants to put a little horizontal one there instead of just going all the way up like it should. It's a bit hard to see. But I think that's all good. This might just be an extraneous vertex. Yeah. Yep, it does just fine without it, so we'll just get rid of that. Looks like I've gotten most of the big ones, at least. Still just kind of some small ones. And a bunch of stuff still going on over there, but I'll get there in a sec. You can see why most of the time I use grids for mesh groups like this, because they give me a little bit of control over the perspective, and things can get pretty unwieldy like this. Actually, no, I do think I need that one. No. No, I don't. I changed my mind. We'll do it like this. I think that's okay. That I need, though. Yeah, all those are fine. They just don't look fine. But with the nature of the way the tips work there, it kind of needs a structure like that, I think. Right side of some of these parts that are far apart here is that there aren't going to be very many hiding variety of extra lines, because most of the time they're going all the way across here. There we go. Okay, now we clean up the triangles here. And I think this one is okay. Just keep going. One step at a time. And unfortunately, it is looking like this mesh is going to be the only thing I do today, because it's just going to take that long to finish. Meshing is, or at least it can be, very time consuming. There we go. That should be better. So I guess we'll start on some body meshes tomorrow. Do I need that vertex? Yeah, I think so. I think it's a helpful one. I'll just move them up here a little. Yeah. There we go. Okay, do I actually have all the extra triangles out? It's looking like it. Okay. Now I just need to go through and make sure everything's actually following the flow I want it to. And I've arbitrarily decided to start right here. This is just gonna be a mess no matter what I do, because this is kind of a crossroads. But I think it'll work a little bit better if I do it like that. So I'm gonna start with mostly just going around the edges, and then I'll worry about the interior a little bit more again. Just trying out some triangles too. Just fix problems as I see them. This is going up like this. This should go across here. There we go. Getting a little bit of the interior as I see it, but that's okay. I can do it in whatever order I see fit. Oh, it looks like I missed a few extra triangles in here. Like that, I think. I should go across here more like that. Well, maybe not. Yeah, maybe it was for the best that it was the other way. Let's see here. This is a little bit, I don't know, kind of bad, I guess. I guess it is just gonna have to be like this. Okay, that's a little bit unfortunate, but I think that's probably the best I can do with that kind of structure. Missed a few excess triangles. I blame staring at excess triangles for an hour now. Let's see, how should this connect? Probably like that. Oh no. Like this. I think that'll look a little bit better. Okay. Alright, and then just back to making sure everything's going all the way around. So far, so good. Taking a look at these rows through here. But it looks like they're all going the way I want. Oh, nope. Shoot. There we go, because that one should definitely be like that. There's probably going to be a few little triangles like that around here, but hopefully I will catch most of them. Let's see, how should this go across? I think this is actually okay. Looks like all of this is going up here as it should. Okay. I think at this point I've gotten most of it. I get the feeling that there's some that I'm missing. But, they're pretty hard to spot, so I'm just gonna go and start cleaning up the triangles. and see if anything looks amiss while I straighten them out. This is actually probably not necessary. So honestly, I've been finding that this is the best way to see if things aren't going in the right directions, of just get these triangles to go where they should go. And it becomes clear very quickly when you have a line going the wrong direction. This is something that I picked up while working on this rig, actually. I was noticing that as I kept insisting on straightening out triangles, I was noticing other problems too, because when you go to make sure the triangles are straight, everything else becomes that much more obvious. Yep, one right here. Whereas before I really insisted on making the triangles straight and just kind of settled for good enough. I found it a lot harder to notice those issues, and I'd have to go back and fix it later. So taking this extra step has actually kind of helped. Oh, yep, there's one where it's not quite right. Actually, this one might not be either. Let me try to see the line here. This going the way I expect. I think it just looks a little weird because this is, yeah. No, this is fine. This is just fine. I think that vertex is actually extraneous. I'll just go straight across here. Alright. Most of these actually already look pretty good. I remember being a little more particular about where I placed the dots this time because this mess was so huge. Just so huge. I just hope it's not too much of a nightmare to work with. That would kind of defeat the purpose of making a mesh group in the first place. It's like if I prefer just to work with each of the individual pieces, then... like, why, man? Oh, that would have been bad. Missed a connection there, or rather, probably took out one that I still needed. I think this should go across here. But all that is probably okay. Triangles are pretty well straightened out. this is fine. Alright, almost straightened out all the triangles around the rim. Oh gosh, there's so many. Then maybe this time I'll really be free from hair hell. For a while. Can you believe it? I'm not sure if I can. I'm sure it'll find some way to sneak up on me again. It keeps doing it. I keep thinking I'm free, and then it's like, no. You missed something. There's still more hair to do. Run, you fool. Okay. Get these triangles all straightened out. These ones are pretty good too. So yeah, it seems like I was very particular about how I was doing it this time. I tried to be. Man. There are just so many. But looking at it, I think it's all pretty good, so I think this is probably fine. And unfortunately, where I think I will have to end for today. So today, we meshed hair! I'm dying! But nonetheless, thank you all for coming. If you'd like me to take a look at your own creative projects, whether that be art, writing, coding, game design, any creative pursuit you can think of, feel free to message me. Feel free to message me on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll take a look and maybe leave some comments. Oh, I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.